Yeah, so looking at the banking sector in Africa, I believe it has achieved major, I would say, growth in the past years. So since 2014. So looking back 10 years back, I'd say there is a very big shift in the ways of banking with customers, right? And we've seen that not only in Ethiopia, but at least looking at the big market, the African market, right? There is a huge growth, but also at the same time, there's a very big potential and challenge to serve the underbanked customers, right? So now, according to the last statistics, we have around 45 to 50% of people that are banked across the African region. The higher percentage stands in the North African market because they have more advanced infrastructure. But then we see that, let's say, in the East Africa, with the penetration of mobile solutions or mobile banking solutions such as M-Pesa from the telco, Safaricom telco, which was a big success and which extended their outreach in Tanzania, Ghana, etc., and now counting more than 50 million customers. So that's kind of, let's say, impressive. But in the other side, we see still a big gap since we have around 50%, 55% of the population that's still underserved, right? And we see that as a big challenge. Looking at the Ethiopian market, yes, the Ethiopian market is, I would say, one of our main priorities in the next years. We know that the Ethiopian market was very locally dominated, which means that no foreign banks could access the Ethiopian market. And that was, I would say, due to the regulations imposed by the National Bank of Ethiopia, which is the central bank. Until 2022, that's when the regulations started to ease up and allow, let's say, progressively the introduction of international banks. And that would foster, I would say, impact on the economical growth of the country, have more competition, I would say, positive competition, and more choices and offering for the customers within the Ethiopian market. And that would also push the local banks to think outside of the box and bring new solutions, new innovative solutions, and getting inspiration from international banks in the market. We have not seen that yet, but I think it's a progressive entry into the Ethiopian market. Currently, we are in touch with most of the banks in the Ethiopian markets, and we have very strong discussions that we hopefully can lead into something concrete in the next months, I would say. And that's also where I would say as Backbase, we're putting a lot of investment into the region by attending many conferences, going there on site, having a partner network there. So we currently have a partner on site that's supporting us in our regional effort to be close to the Ethiopian banks in the country. As Backbase, we are, let's say, a software company. So we offer our key products, which is the Backbase engagement banking platform. It's, well, in other terms, it's an omni-channel digital banking platform, or what we call also the engagement layer, right? So we cover mainly the engagement layer. So the Backbase platform is one central system of engagement that I would say orchestrates seamless customer experiences journeys across all touch points. So either mobile, web, wearables, etc., at every stage of the customer life cycle, and also across all the business lines. So let's say retail, business banking, wealth management. And covering the full customer lifecycle, meaning from the customer onboarding, going by the self-service, loan origination, and investing. And we also understand that we offer these, let's say, applications or digital touch points for the customers. So that's one part of the digital transformation. But then we also understand that within the bank, there are a lot of internal processes. There should be employees interacting with the customers and supporting them at every stage of their life cycle. And this is why we also offer employee portal to support the customers in their, let's say, day-to-day activities, but also important decisions when it comes to investing, when it comes to having or applying for loans, etc., etc. And the main goal of this is that we would like to have or provide an end-to-end seamless digital experience for the customer, but also the employees within the bank. So that's kind of our main value proposition. What makes it different, I would say, from other solutions in the market. First, I would say differentiator is that we are a pure player, right? We focus mainly on the digital. We think digital and then we execute on a digital way, right? And that's also reflected on our ways of working, on our technology, and also on our DNA. We partner with banks that are, I would say, looking to upgrade their legacy systems. So that's our, let's say, the main challenge that we solve. So upgrading the digital legacy systems that the bank have, or complementing them and enhancing their current digital offerings. If they have, let's say, good solutions, so we complement them. And at least in the past years, banks have chosen Backbase for several reasons. First, it's our technology. So we are built from the ground up with, let's say, neat technology, which helps to drive innovations and flexibility in the architecture, since we are a microservices architecture, which is a very important component for all, let's say, the technical C levels in the banks. Second, we focus on the delivering seamless customer experience. That's one of our main strengths. So in the past years, we have recommended as best, let's say, we have been recognized as best digital banking platform across many analyst reports, and mainly for our seamless customer experience. We have been recognized for recommending, let's say, best practices in the market, and we have a lot of clients that really trust us for this. And the third point is scalability. So with the platform, we are able to cover the needs or requirements from tier 3, tier 4 banks to tier 1 banks that have millions of customers, right? Actively every day on the platform. So the scalability part is very important. Fourth point is mainly on the integration. So our platform is a very open platform, which means it allows, let's say, the integration or the creation of a large ecosystem, right? We do banking, but we also allow banks to create, let's say, a marketplace or an ecosystem that would facilitate operations beyond banking. And that's what a lot of banks are currently aiming for, creating this lifestyle application outside of the commodities that you expect from every bank. And finally, I think that's very important, is with our platform, we offer very strong security mechanism that would allow banks to onboard customers in the most secure way and make sure that they would, I would say, they would execute or they would bank in the most secure way throughout all the customer life cycle. So that's kind of, I would say, what makes us unique in this space. So as I said in the beginning, I've had the chance to work on different regions. So North Africa, West Africa, East and South, right? And as Backbase, we work with different clients all over the globe. And what we've seen is that each region or each country has specific requirements, specific business needs, also different regulatory environments, which even sometimes make it more complex. But at least despite all these differences, the Backbase platform, its flexibility allowed us to meet effectively all these diverse requirements from a customer to the other one. So meeting customers' expectations and also making sure that we deliver different value propositions from a bank to another one using the same platform. So that shows the flexibility of the platform. But we also understand that technology is one part, is very important, but it's only one part of the equations, which means that most successful clients that we have are the ones who really knew what they wanted, right? When it comes to the value proposition. Just like I mentioned before, the M-Pesa value proposition was super successful in East Africa, right? But there are a lot of, let's say, countries or telcos or banks that try to replicate this value proposition, for instance, in North Africa. And I was part of the team that was working on it in 2017-18. But then most of the banks were not that successful and were not able to reach the success that M-Pesa has achieved in East Africa specifically. And that's due to, let's say, culture differences. There will always be nuances from a country to another one. And that always impacts, let's say, the success of these digital initiatives. So that's why I would like to stress that, yes, technology is very important, but it should be also complemented with a very clear strategy and let's say, the segments or the individuals that you would like to reach. And that's why as Backbase, we not only consider ourselves as a, let's say, a technology partner, but also as a strategic partners, because we help banks to craft their digital strategy, either pre-project and also post-projects for all the roadmap and the let's say, the innovation cycle that is always ongoing. And that's why we have a team, what we call them our value consultant team, that help craft the strategy and the roadmap to effectively integrate or implement and integrate our solutions, ensuring that our clients get the most of their investments or return on investments and achieve their long-term vision, while mainly focusing on the customer needs and the customer daily demands. So I think that's the main thing that I wanted to share. She's taking into consideration the culture and the customer, and putting the customer at the heart of everything that the bank would like to do. Yeah, that should be from my side. That should be good from my side.